Good morning, everybody. This is Mrs. Stogdell, and this is a screencast on how to set up some sharing settings in your folders and documents in Google Drive in order to prepare them for addition to your ePortfolio. So before we get started, I just want to take a look at our ePortfolio, and this is our sample portfolio that we've been talking about throughout kind of this whole process. And I want to just bring your attention to this share button up here, and this sharing setting in your ePortfolio will actually override any settings that you may create or open up in your Google Drive. So just be mindful of the fact that regardless of what you do in Google Drive, if you have a tighter setting or have it more closed down or locked down or restricted in your ePortfolio, people will not be able to see your documents. And I think that's okay for now as we're getting started. Keeping the portfolio private is a good thing, but maybe preparing some of those documents for adding to the ePortfolio so that when you're ready to open it up, you only have one setting that you have to change. And that's kind of way in the future. But I just want to kind of talk to you about how some of these sharing settings work in Google, because it's a little complicated, but I think we can handle it. So let's pop back over to our drive, and right here I have a folder that I created, and this might be like a writer's workshop folder, or maybe a journal folder that you have in a particular class, and you want to be able to share the folder and its contents in its entirety. So if I click on that folder and go up here to my sharing settings, I can see that I have opened up the access to this folder and its contents to people at fpsmail.org with the link can view. They can't edit, they can view it, and view is probably the best way to start. You don't want to be giving edit access to a lot of things unless it's between you and one of your teachers. So there's some other things that I could choose. There's more complicated things down here. I could completely restrict it, but I'm going to stick with this sharing setting. That just means anybody with fpsmail.org, which would be Fremont Public Schools, they would be able to see my folder, and I'm okay with that. So I could copy that link and drop that into my ePortfolio. I'll click done, and you'll notice there's a little person in that folder where maybe down here in my book fair folder there's no person. So that means that folder is not shared. If there's a person, that means that this has some sharing access already created. And if we look inside of that folder, you can see that I have a document in here, and that document is also shared. So because it's inside of this folder, which is shared, the document is automatically shared. So just be mindful of anything inside that folder you are sharing, whether you wanted to or not. So if you have maybe this portfolio archive, you may not want to share that with everybody. You might just want to share things individually, kind of as you're adding them to your portfolio. So I have another document here and right here. Okay, so this is my test share document, and this is not inside of any folder. It's just kind of floating in my Google Drive or in a folder that's not been shared. And I can go to that share setting individually, and I can share it with one person or two people, or I can go ahead and open that up to the fpsmail.org domain and allow people to look at that if I choose to. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to that. So now that document itself has been shared outside of any folder. Okay, so having those folder settings and document settings, sharing access kind of set up ahead of time is going to make it a little easier for you to drop it into your portfolio and have other people see it. And again, if you get stuck or you get confused, which might happen because this is pretty complicated, let me know. Send me an email, get me a message, or visit with one of your teachers, and we will get you squared away and straightened out.